Oh, the age of the internet, where the entire world is within reach with just a click. Kindness is celebrated as the ultimate virtue. Yet, have you ever paused to consider the possible drawbacks of being excessively kind? It may seem peculiar, but stay with me, fellow Stoic, for there is an ancient lesson we may have overlooked in our contemporary pursuit of being the kindest versions of ourselves. The wise scholars of ancient Greece and Rome, the Stoics, had valuable insights on striking a balance among virtues. They would advise you to maintain inner strength while also emphasizing the importance of virtue. Undoubtedly, generosity is a commendable virtue, but like all things in life, it is possible to go to extremes. My friends, excessive generosity can occasionally yield unexpected consequences that you may never anticipate. Before you begin to raise an eyebrow and assume that I have veered into the realm of extreme ideas, let us embark on a shared journey. Together, we will explore 8 unforeseen ways in which an excess of kindness can lead us astray. We will delve into the teachings of Stoicism and draw wisdom from esteemed figures such as Seneca, Epictetus, and Marcus Aurelius. Along the way, take a moment to contemplate your own acts of kindness. Are they consistently balanced, or have you, like many of us, occasionally gone a bit too far? If you are new to this experience and find this journey enticing, feel free to ring the notification bell and subscribe. I challenge you to do so. Together, we will navigate the intricate path of virtue, aiming to strike a balance between insufficiency and excess. Fellow seekers of wisdom, stay with me as we explore the unforeseen traps of excessive generosity. For it is in these unexpected places that the most profound lessons often reside. Number 1, taking on too much. We have all experienced this, haven't we? You find yourself at a friend's gathering, and someone mentions their upcoming move next weekend. Suddenly, without thinking, you eagerly volunteer, "I'll help." Yet deep down, you are already overwhelmed with your own tasks. The Stoics believed in living in harmony with nature, which includes understanding your own limitations. Overcommitting is not just about stretching yourself thin. It is about losing sight of your true self. Imagine life as a teacup. Each commitment, each promise is akin to a drop of tea. Pour in too much, and it spills over, creating a mess. The Stoics would advise you to know the size of your cup. This is not about being unkind. It is about being kind to yourself first. Now, I am not suggesting that you completely turn down your friend's request for help with the move. Instead, consider offering assistance with packing a few boxes rather than committing to the entire day. Often, it is these small gestures that hold the most meaning, and they are much more manageable. Remember that time when you agreed to help at the school fair, attend a birthday party, and visit your grandma all in one day? By the end of it, you were probably utterly exhausted, irritable, and unable to fully engage in any of those events. That is the result of overpromising. So, next time, take a moment to pause before making commitments and consider your own capacity. It is not selfish, it is simply wise. Number 2, always trying to make everyone happy. The timeless desire to be everyone's favorite. It's a trap that many of us fall into. We say yes when we want to say no, force a chuckle at unfunny jokes, and nod along with opinions that hold no interest for us. But here's the thing, Stoicism teaches us that we cannot control what others think of us. So why waste our energy trying? People-pleasing may appear kind, but it often stems from our own insecurities. And let's be honest, it's draining. We end up juggling different personas, pretending to be someone we are not, all for the sake of fleeting approval. I once knew a man named Tim, a genuinely nice person, but he would go to great lengths to receive a pat on the back. One day, he wore a shirt that he despised because a friend had given it to him. He spent the entire day feeling uncomfortable, all in an effort to avoid upsetting his friend. But you know what? His friend didn't even notice. The Stoics emphasized the importance of authenticity. Be true to yourself, and the right people will naturally be drawn to you. As for those who aren't, well, you can't please everyone, can you? Number 3, thinking you can change people. Have you ever heard the saying, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink? Stoicism echoes a similar sentiment. We cannot control other people. All we can control are our own reactions to them. Yet, many of us, driven by our compassionate nature, attempt to fix people. We believe that our love, advice, and kindness can miraculously transform them. However, more often than not, it simply cannot. Think about that friend who always seems to choose the wrong partners. You have offered advice, provided a supportive shoulder during heartbreaks, and even played matchmaker to introduce them to someone wonderful. Yet, despite your efforts, they continue to repeat their old patterns. It can be frustrating, right? But here's the hard truth. Everyone is on their own unique journey. While it is kind to lend a helping hand, you cannot walk their path for them. The Stoics believed in focusing on our own actions and letting go of the need to control everything else. It can be a difficult concept to accept, especially when we genuinely care about someone. However, sometimes the kindest thing we can do is take a step back and allow people to make their own choices, even if those choices lead to mistakes. Number 4, letting others use you. Kindness is a beautiful quality, but like all beautiful things, an excess of it can have negative consequences. When you are consistently kind, always available, and unfailingly agreeable, people may begin to take it for granted. It is not necessarily intentional, but it happens. Do you recall Lucy from the office? She would always bring in homemade treats. Initially, everyone was delighted, but as time went on, it became an expectation. Then one day, when Lucy didn't bring anything, there were whispers of disappointment. Poor Lucy felt undervalued and hurt. The Stoics imparted wisdom about the transitory nature of things. Just as we should not become overly attached to external rewards, we should also avoid becoming too accustomed to people expecting constant acts of kindness from us. Furthermore, if you are always the one giving, it is important to ensure that people do not take you for granted. It is all about finding balance. Be kind, but also establish boundaries. Let people know that while your kindness is a gift, it is not an obligation. Number 5, neglecting to care for yourself. In our pursuit of kindness towards others, we often overlook our own well-being. We prioritize the needs of others above our own, believing it to be a noble endeavor. However, Stoicism serves as a reminder of the significance of self-care. If we neglect to take care of ourselves,